Imagine you're going to the school vending machine and you're really craving a cookie. You take your cookie out of the vending machine, you open it up and you take it and you're walking through the lunchroom. And as you're walking through the lunchroom, somebody bumps into you. Bang! You drop your cookie on the ground. As everybody stares at you, you look at your watch and the timer is counting down. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. You pick up the cookie with 1 second to spare and you're officially able to eat your cookie due to the 5-second rule. What is the 5-second rule? According to Urban Dictionary, the 5-second rule is an unwritten law dictating that if a food or other consumable item is dropped onto the floor, it is picked up and eaten within 5 seconds. So what exactly is the basis of this 5-second rule? The basis is that germs take 5 seconds to infect the food. In order to visualize this, imagine germs have a timer and they wait exactly 5 seconds before they attack your food. So what exactly is the scientific legitimacy of the 5-second rule? I want to break it down into 3 categories: how the food receives germs, the bacterial status of the object that the food is dropped on, and other psychological reasonings I want to discuss. First off, how the food receives germs. This can be analyzed on the basis of the physical attributes of the food. The most well-known attribute is moistness. Depending on how wet the food is how much the germs will stick to the food. So therefore, when you have a more wet object, it's going to receive germs more than a more dry object like a cookie. Another factor is stickiness. A popsicle will also receive germs quicker than a piece of bread which is not sticky, because the stickiness will receive the germs quicker than a drier object. Second of all, the status of the object that the food is dropped on. We're going to use the floor as our example, as most people usually drop their food on the floor. Similar to the food itself, if the floor is wet, then the wetness will apply itself to the food also, and the germs will stick. Another thing which is very important is when you drop your food on the floor and any sort of foreign substance gets on your food, do not eat your food. If you ever see a foreign substance, don't try blowing it off or anything. Just throw out the cookie and do not eat it. There are also other factors that are beyond human comprehension and visual analysis, like the materials of the floor, the temperature of the room, and other factors which determine the germs, which determine how germs stick to a food. The last thing I want to discuss are psychological reasonings, which is something very interesting, which seriously blows my mind, is that dropping food on a wet floor is more receptive to germs than dropping food on dried feces. Pretty disgusting, right? Another thing I want to discuss is that whenever you blow on your food, it does not get rid of germs. I always see people doing this. I do it myself. I try blowing on the food and taking the germs off of the food. That does not work. Same goes with taking a napkin and trying to wipe off your cookie. Germs do not come off by the wiping of a napkin. That does not work out. So to conclude, is the 5-second rule scientifically legitimate? Probably not. But will I still eat food that comes off the floor? I 100% will.